There is a tendency a lot of times, and I think people are getting away from it in broadcast to, video for video's sake. And what you'll happen then is you just got to have pictures. So you've got this copy and these pictures that clash with one another. Sometimes things are better left as just short readers, rather than trying to strain just to put pictures on for picture's sake. There's a traditional technique, for instance, when you do what's called a package, which is a self-contained story with a reporter track, head bites, SOPs, and then maybe a stand-up and a standard out, where you write your copy and then start laying your pictures on. You actually lay the voice track down first, and then you lay the pictures on afterwards, which generally goes voiceover, SOT, voiceover, SOT, voiceover, stand-up. I'm Joe Blow reporting for so-and-so news, which is standard, 130, 145 package. It's been going on since the beginning of time. And there's basically 4 or 5 different kinds of story. Reader, which is the copy story. There's a VO, which is a reader with video laid over it. There's what's commonly called a BOSOD or a VSV, video, then an SOT, sound on tape, usually what you call a head bite, a piece of an interview from somebody, although it can be more like ambient sound. You may have a story about an abortion rally where you talk over it for 10 seconds, and then you'll hear the crowd chant for 10 seconds. That's considered an SOT. And then a package. A package is a self-contained story with a reporter track. In other words, you say, Joe Blow has this report. Boom, cut to tape, completely contained. You'll go for a minute and a half or so and then say, Joe Blow reporting for so-and-so news. Reader is just a copy story where you see the anchor on camera reading with no video. And then it just progresses from there. A stand-up is when a reporter is generally in the field and can either be live, where the anchor will pitch to a reporter and go, so-and-so is standing by live at the scene of the fire, what have you got? It's stand-up. It's basically a head and shoulder shot, and they're talking, and they may have video roll over it. A stand-up is one of the hardest things to do sometimes, because you'll go out and you'll cover a story. You never have a teleprompter out hunting in the field, so you pretty much have to wing it. A typical TV script is you'll see, a 2 or 3 line or 2 or 3 paragraph intro, and it'll go tape package. The anchor doesn't say anything, they take the tape, and then the whole story is self-contained, and it's what you see on the air.
We spent the first portion of this program watching a series of talking heads tell you how to write in broadcast news style. Next, we'll review those concepts by showing a reporter working on an actual story. And I wanted to see if you might be able to recommend somebody, maybe yourself, about somebody who could speak on Farm City Week.
You start with a concept such as Farm City Week. I need to call the people who are the experts on this, who are the people putting this together, who knows anything about farms and business and everything I think I need for the story. Call them up and find out if they're available and get the whole thing organized in my head or on paper before we even shoot one shot. Then I have to go out and meet the people, interview them. You know when you get a good soundbite, and you're out fishing for sound bites. The shorter the better. 8 seconds is a great soundbite. But what you have to do, there's an art to getting someone to be themselves on camera.
Hey, you look great. It's the wind. Okay, I'm going to stand right here. Can you go ahead and look? That's good. Just look like that for a second.
Then you have to have B-roll, which is all the video you see in any story that's not a soundbite or an interview. For Farm City Week, anything that has to do with farms, a barn, a cow, tractor, anything. Well, I like to imagine Dan Rather, when he was starting out, actually having to shoot his own stand-ups and do his own camera work. I'm sure every time he's out in the field, he has a teleprompter these days. But that's part of the job when you're starting out, I guess. You got to learn to shoot your own stuff, be your own cameraman, learn how to put the camera on a tripod, pretend you're out there and sort of set up a shot to see if it'll work and get in front of it and tape it. And then get back around the camera again and push the play button and see what you'll look like. And you might have cut yourself off at the head, so you have to rearrange the shot and get the proper shot. And then in the end, it still might not work out. Something might happen.
Rights. City dwellers simply want clean, healthy food. I'm Mike Donnelly. Join me for a special series. 3, 2, 1. Farmers face the uncertainty of NAFTA, increasing regulations, and the never-ending battle over water rights. City dwellers simply want 3, 2, 1. North State farmers face the uncertainty of NAFTA, increasing regulations, and the never-ending battle over water rights. City dwellers simply want clean, healthy food. I'm Mike Donnelly. Join me for a special series on Farm City Week. All right, that's one. You can put a stand-up, which is the reporter on tape out in the field someplace. You can put that anywhere in the package. A standard out cue is I'm Mike Donnelly reporting for Channel 12 News. That's a standard out cue. Now you can put that in your stand-up. You can end your story with Mike Donnelly at the scene for Channel 12 News. End of the story. Or you can use the stand-up as a bridge and put it in the middle of the package, and you can start a package with the stand-up.
20 seconds, man. We'll be at a 2-shot on 1, then fake monitor on 2, live to the band. Pass, fade up, cue.
One of the most important events in...
You start out with a typical package, an anchor will read the intro to it. And so you want to have your most important, interesting, dynamic thing right off the top. They read the introduction. This is happening in the world today. Mike Donnelly has the story. And then they go to my package.
Roll A. Take A full. We're on our package. Ready, super, super.
The North American Free Trade Agreement and the rice industry...
Two super. Package is 153 in length. We'll be tagging at the van.
Those are the tools that I need to put a package together. I put a little bit of voice with the interview, the soundbite, with some more narration, another soundbite, put it all together. Then I put my B-roll, my video, over that, and hopefully when it's all done, I have a nice package, which is basically a news story.
Any discussion of broadcast news, even one which exists primarily to introduce broadcast writing and reporting styles, will include critics. We'll end this program with some final thoughts on several points of